Hey guys, before this video starts, I just want to let you know that this video is for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, and if you donate before October 31st, you can help some kids get the treatment that they deserve. There's a link in the description, it's super easy. Thank you for listening and enjoy the video. Hey everybody, a new Fazbear Frights book has been released. I did the audiobooks, I took some time to gather my thoughts, I complained about the books a little, and I made a really cool, in my opinion, commercial that actually is based exactly on a commercial from this story, Friendly Face. I've had a lot of time to kind of gather my thoughts over these books, and so I figured it's about time we go do another of these videos where I, explain the story in a bit of detail to you guys, explain what it means for the rest of the series, and just kind of figure out what I actually think about these stories. Let's just jump right into it. So today's story is Friendly Face. The story begins with our main character Edward, who for some reason seems to have originally been named Andrew. Not sure why that is, but no, his name is Edward now, who drops his bowl of cereal, and his mother warns him, you gotta pay attention or accidents could happen. I'm sure that won't come into play at all as the plot continues, and we really get this idea of paying attention so accidents don't happen drilled into us over the next few scenes, as Edward kind of makes a lot of mistakes. He accidentally gets pepper everywhere in his science class and really annoys everyone, and he kind of figures that he just is always making mistakes, and so he ends up always apologizing. Now Edward's best friend is Jack, and Jack is even more nerdy than Edward is, and Edward's pretty nerdy. I don't know, likes science and stuff, which apparently makes him a really uncool person. That's unimportant. As these two are getting off the bus, and they're kind of going through their day, they see this lone stray cat on the street. It doesn't really like them much at first, but it kind of warms up to them. And Jack figures they should name it Faraday, which is named after the famous scientist Michael Faraday. In case you weren't sure, this guy was kind of nerdy. Just to kind of really drill that, bring that point home. Now, it's really explained to us that this cat, Faraday, is very smart. He learns all kinds of tricks. He, I think, at some point brings one of the characters' dads a TV remote or something. He's a smart cat. And so naturally, they further accent this by having him one day chase a butterfly into the street and get hit by a truck. Yes, a few scenes after they find this cat, he is run over in the street. But not just Faraday, Jack is also trying to catch up to Faraday. He's trying to keep him from going out into the street. They're trying to call him back at first, but that isn't working. He's really fixated on this butterfly. So Jack goes in after him, and they both get hit by a truck. Literally at the same time, bam, they are hit, and they're all over the street now. They are street meat. Great. But first, this video is sponsored by the Elementia Studios Discord. On there, you can chat with other FNAF fans and just fans of the channel. You can showcase your fan art, you can discuss your theories, you can just hang out with cool people. It's fun, you'll like it. So the link will be in the description, so you can check it out if you want to. That's about it. Now, naturally, Edward is a little bit upset over this and really mourns their deaths for weeks. He is very distressed, and he doesn't really want to go to school. He doesn't really want to do anything. He just kind of sits in his room and he reads and stuff, because did I mention he's kind of a nerd and only nerds read. One day he decides he's just going to turn on the TV. He's just going to kind of mope around, kind of, half-heartedly watch the TV. And just so happens to be that an ad from Fazbear Entertainment comes on TV, and it's this ad for a product called a Friendly Face. It's this really interesting ad where Freddy Fazbear explains to you this product called Friendly Face, and what it does, and how it might just be able to help Edward get over his grief. I'll play it now, because I made this commercial IRL, because I thought it would be cool to do, as I mentioned before. So I'm going to play that for you now, just because it's easier to explain.
Grieving the loss of a beloved pet? Fazbear Entertainment presents Fazbear Friendly Faces. Just send in a few strands of hair from your lost pet and let Fazbear Entertainment do the rest. We use your pet's DNA to craft a face that looks exactly like your beloved furry friend. The face is then integrated onto an animatronic body to create a loyal pet that will follow you around forever. What a small price to pay to feel joy again rather than wallow in those sad feelings of loss and longing. And if you order within the next 30 minutes, you'll qualify for free shipping. If you don't love your friendly face, then my name isn't Freddy Fazbear. And I am Freddy Fazbear, so you're guaranteed to be thrilled with your new faithful friend. What better way to memorialize a precious friend than with a new pal? Someone who will remind you of the memories you made with your pet while helping you to make new ones together. Why settle for an urn full of ashes or a photo on a wall when you can have a memorial you can play with, one who will keep you company anytime you want? Get your friendly face today. Call now.
So yeah, this thing gets your pet's DNA and makes a supposed exact robotic copy of it for you to kind of, I guess, replace your pet with. Kind of messed up. It's like that one episode of Black Mirror where this woman's husband is replaced by some robot thing. That was weird. It's been a while since I've seen that. But Edward pays the apparently expensive price to get this product, and he gets the friendly face at his door. Although I will mention, it was a bit tricky apparently for him to get the DNA for it. Obviously he didn't expect to have had to get DNA for this thing, and so what he ends up doing is he goes hunting on the street for strands of hair from Jack and Faraday. He collects Faraday's little strand of hair, which is apparently just still on the street, I guess, and he sends that to Fazbear Entertainment, but there's a little bit of a problem. There's a little bit of a problem with this. You see, he didn't just end up picking up Faraday's hair. There was some of Jack's hair in that too. And so when he gets his friendly face, can you guess what happens? I mean, it's on the cover. It's pretty easy to figure out. This is not a normal robot cat. This is an abomination. You'd think there would be some sort of review process before they send these products out, like someone would look at the product before they ship it to Edward and go, yep, everything looks right, sounds like this one's good to go. But no, apparently a cat robot with a human face slipped through the review process just perfectly fine. Now, Edward decides this is an abomination, and he decides to bury the cat in his yard. He buries it. I was gonna say buries it alive, but that's not quite true, is it? Probably. Unfortunately, over the next few months, he still continues to see this cat's face, and in turn Jack's face, everywhere. It is watching him from all over the place. But as soon as he actually looks it in the eyes, it disappears. And so, one day, as he's walking home, he looks behind him, he hears a noise, he looks behind him, and he sees the friendly face in the distance, and it's running towards him. This is a while after he buried it. I'm not sure why there's such a time skip. But now this thing is chasing after him, and he's like, "Oh, better run! Gotta go fast!" As Sonic the Hedgehog would say. Jimmy Neutron said, "Gotta blast." Sonic said, "Gotta go fast." Very similar phrases. And so he's like running through the woods trying to escape this thing, and eventually he ends up on the road and he gets hit with the truck. Bazinga! That is the end of the story. Edward is hit by a truck in a sort of, I guess, poetic justice. Much like Jack and Faraday were. He isn't even killed by the friendly face. Now, I will say, time for my criticism. I am noticing, as is normal at this point, a lot of parallels here with previous stories. Stuff like 1:35 a.m., Blackbird, Dance With Me. The whole shebang. Noticing a lot of parallels. This antagonist is messing with our protagonist's head, chasing them around, but oh, no one else sees it, and it ends in tragedy. Very typical for the series at this point. I think I say this every time, it's still a good story. But not only does it not feel much like FNAF, it also is very similar to stories that we've already had. Even some of the characters are very similar. We've had a lot of similar sounding characters in the series so far. We've had many different characters who are kind of outcasts, kind of nerdy, they don't really fit in, We've seen that before many times. We have a dad who's distant, maybe like William Afton, Foggers. We've had best friend character who really isn't that important, although I guess in this story he's a bit more important than usual. Just stuff like this that's fairly typical for the series. I do think for this story the emotional beats are very well done. I think that this is a story that kind of treats its topics seriously, and also knows how to treat its topics. I mean, this guy has his beloved pet, and his best friend die in an instant, and it is crushing. He sees this really, I'm assuming, traumatizing creature, and it messes with him even more. He was really hoping for a creature, a robot that can kind of help take some of this grief away, and instead it makes it worse, and it's more disturbing. So the mental toll that takes on him makes sense for the story and makes sense for his character. And I think if this was one of the only stories to do that, it would be really cool. But we've had a lot of this, and so I think that takes away from it a bit. The threat being this robot cat who never really is that menacing to us. To Edward, I'm sure he is, but to me, at least, it didn't seem all that menacing. It seemed like it was mostly messing with his head, and not mine, and I felt safe. I do like the reveal that in the end, the friendly face was just acting normal. It was just acting the way it was supposed to act. It was trying to play with him. And Edward just didn't get that because he was in such a bad state of mind. I think that's an interesting twist. I think overall the story's pretty good. Next time we'll be covering sea bonnies, and we'll see how different my opinion is on that story. That's gonna be fun. Thank you guys for watching today. I will cover that as soon as possible. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Oh, I forgot. I'm supposed to put this picture here in this video. I was asked to put a picture in the video. Not sure why. Oh, and this one too. Yep. There's not much context here. Not really much of a way I can explain this because I don't entirely understand it myself. I'm just gonna put those there. Bye-bye.